What's up, Critical Bench? My name is JP. You usually see me on the back side of the camera, or rather, you don't see me on the back side of the camera. Well, I work here at Critical Bench. You could also probably call me the Chaplin for Critical Bench. What I do in my real job is I'm actually a pastor, and I have the great opportunity to be working here at Critical Bench because, well, physical fitness is also something I think is very important to me, and it's important to a lot of people. I'm not just a spiritual guy, I'm also a physical guy, and I love to see the lives of people be changed physically. I think that's very important, and I love what Critical Bench is doing, and I'm just so happy to be working here. But with that, there's a question that has been posed over the last sports season, particularly football, and that is, does God really care about sports? And particularly, does God really care about the football game? Well, we see this coming out by two pro football players. First, we have Russell Wilson, and we also have Aaron Rodgers. Well, Russell Wilson makes this comment. He says, God is too good all the time, man. Every time. And we see Aaron Rodgers kind of come back a little bit saying, I don't think God cares a whole lot about the outcome. Well, obviously he's talking about the outcome of the football game. Then Rodgers also declares on top of that, he cares about the people involved, but I don't think he's a big fan of football. But then, man, Wilson shoots back and he says, I think God cares about football. I think God cares about everything he's created. Well, these are two fundamentally completely different ideas attached to the same topic, the same question, the question that I'm posing to you, and that is, does God really care about sports, or does he care more about the athletes in the sport? And when you pray for your sports team to win, is God listening to that, or is God saying, hey, what are you talking about? I'm not a sports fan. What's happening here? Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear back what you have to say. I'd love to hear your opinion. Maybe you're not spiritual. That's cool. I'm sure you have something to say. What is it that's on your mind, and what are you thinking about? Before I shut this video down, I got 3 things that I want to simply say to you. The first one, what does God really have to say about this? Well, in Matthew 10:30, he says, and every hair on your head is numbered, or all numbered. God knows us personally and intimately, and he has numbered every hair that is on my head. And it goes further than that. In Jeremiah 1:5, he says this, I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you a prophet to all nations. God knew us. He knew us before we were born, before we were in our mother's womb. He numbered the hairs that were on our heads. Man, God knows us. More than that, God provides for his children. In Matthew 6, verses 31 through 34, we see this really cool example illustration. Jesus kind of teaching and preaching a little bit. He's basically, I'm going to sum it up real fast. He's basically saying this, don't worry about tomorrow, worry about today. I will provide for you. God will take care of you. You will be okay. But don't worry about tomorrow. Worry about today because it has enough of his troubles. So we see again that God is really caring and genuinely knows about us personally. Then on top of that, we see that he provides for his children. So lastly, God created us perfectly, and his creation was good. In Genesis 1:31, it says, then God looked over all he had made, and he saw that it was very good. It was very good. And in 1 Timothy 4:4, it tells us, since everything God created is good, we should not reject any of it, but receive it with thanks. So after giving you those scriptures, I would have to say that God cares more about the athletes and about specifically the fans too, who are watching those sports games. I don't think God cares about the sports game as a whole. I'd have to agree with Aaron Rodgers on this. I don't think God's a big football fan. What I do think God is a big fan of the athletes who play in those football games. Well, pretty soon, March Madness is going to be here. My question to you is this. You're going to be praying for your team to win. Your pal's going to be praying for his team to win. What is and who will God answer the prayer of you or of your pal? How will he do that? And will that even matter? Or does he care more about you and your pal individually? Well, until our next video, God bless. I hope you have a great day, and check out many more videos we have. Peace out.